Good evening. This is the video newsletter for buysellshort.net for Thursday, September 2nd. Last couple of days, very nice action for us. You recall the article I sent out there on Tuesday regarding bears being at the highest level since the March 2009 lows, and then look what happened the next session yesterday. 250-point rally. Then we had some further extension today, another 50 points. So a nice 300-point rally. Too bad you weren't in the chat room with us, or if you were on Tuesday when I was very tempted to have us go all in on the market. Would have been very nice. It's been very nice regardless, but that would have been just fantastic to actually have had the balls to do that. Anyways, looking at the Dow 15-minute chart, you can see we had that golden cross yesterday, and so far we've had about 50 or so points on the upside. If we flip over to the daily chart, you can get a better idea here on the daily chart. We've broken finally out of that downtrend, bullish falling wedge that had been in place from the August highs. We were able to close above the 50-day moving average and continue above that today. Next resistance, which is really strong, is going to be that 200-day moving average. That is at 10,451. And off the golden cross that we had yesterday, our upside is probably 10,350 to 400 unless the shorts really get scared and decide to cover. Remember, we've got a long holiday weekend here. Markets are closed on Monday, but looking at the daily chart, you can see we are also about to get a positive MACD cross. That should happen tomorrow. The last two positive MACD crosses that we've had have resulted in some very nice upside on the market. The one we had on June gave us about 350, 400 points on the upside. And then the last one that we had there in early July gave us also about 350 to 400 points. So, just going off that, we should probably see a test of that 200-day moving average. If not tomorrow, then next week. We've got a lot of economic data coming out. Actually, like I said, the reports that have started to come out are showing activity picking up once the Europe crisis scare passed. So, very positive sign for us, and everyone, ourselves included, expected a sell off in September and October. However, as I've said before, we've got massive put options on the S&P, and we could see this market continue to move higher into options expiration. So we've got a couple of more weeks that we could see some nice upside before we see, a possible next down move on the market. Looking at the SMH, finally we've been able to string together two up days on the SMH. We're pushing pretty close to that 20-day exponential 2577, and then next target after that 2620. We are also about to get a positive MACD cross on the SMH, and stochastics are still deeply oversold and giving us a lot of room for some upside momentum here, at least in the near term. However, let's jump into some stock plays. HLCS. Over the last couple of days, even before the market started taking off, we've been starting to see money move into small cap stocks. An interesting thing about it is stocks that before would take a million shares to move, all of a sudden, they're spiking on 100,000 shares, 200,000 shares. What that tells us is a lot of the selling or a lot of the sellers or those who are going to sell have been washed out of a lot of stocks right now, and it's taking very little buying volume to push these stocks up. Money has started to flow into the small cap stocks, biotech stocks, etc. And the theme, as it was for us last week, are stocks that are down steeply over the last month, couple of weeks, and whatnot for bounces. Stocks have been, for the most part, not making new lows. They've been running, selling off, running. Here is one such stock, HLCS. The last time we got in on this chart setup last month, stock doubled for us over the next week. Here we have a similar setup. Stock ran to that 85 cents. It's retraced that move and looks to be putting in a bottom here. Was trading at 57 cents this morning, so this stock looks like it's ready to go. Indicators look really nice. Stochastics nicely oversold, and target for this one is 57, 60, and 65 cents. Hopefully we see that go to the first and second target tomorrow is what I'm looking for on this one. ICGN, cash rich biotech stock, got dumped on Tuesday, month end fund selling. slowly recovering here. $15 million cash, no delisting risk for a few months. Targets here 32.5 cents, 35, 43 cents. Chart looks very, very nice here. Stochastics nicely oversold, and we're starting to see some of these stocks go on a tear. We had RPRX, which we jumped into in the chat room yesterday at 51 cents with a 60 cents target. Target hit on the nose today. ORS, that was another small cap play, went up 50% today. So the money is starting to flow to those stocks. EGHT, monster volume on this one today, very close to a big breakout. This stock should do very, very well over the coming weeks going into the Skype IPO. News came out today that one of its directors, an insider, purchased 200,000 shares 2 days ago at $1.39. That's a pretty substantial buy for a stock like this. Chart is at a multi-year breakout here at $1.60, and I would be very surprised if we do not see this stock trading north at $2 come the Skype IPO in a few weeks. So very nice setup on this one. Would look to accumulate it on any dips for much higher prices in the near term. OPXT, another tech cash-rich stock. Very nice bottom here, just like we've seen on NENG. We are about to get a positive MACD cross. That should cross tomorrow. And we've been doing very, very well off these stocks that get positive MACD cross, these dipper stocks that finally get a positive MACD cross and have stochastics under 20. They've been giving us some very nice returns over the last couple of weeks. No reason to think we're not going to get the same here. 150 and 160 plus are our targets on this one, with stops at $1.36. NENG, again, another very sweet setup here on this chart. Looks ready to rock and roll. RSI is finally ticking up here. We've got stochastics coming out of the basement at 20. And now that the bidding war for PAR is over, Dell has backed off. NENG, is a reselling partner for Dell, also in that same sector. 8 also does some cloud computing as well, which is the whole reason Hewlett Packard and Dell have been fighting over that. So we've got a couple of angles on the PAR acquisition mania that's out there that should start to spread over here, and especially if we see the market continuing higher, chart setups like this are going to start going boom left and right. So that's it for the video tonight. Keep an eye on your inboxes. Going to be a lot more alerts coming if this market does what I think it's going to do, at least over the near term, the next few days. Lots of nice setups there, and if you can, definitely come into the chat room. There's a lot of scalp trades in there that we're doing that, just move so fast that we can't actually send alerts out on them. So that's it for the video. We've got some nice setups going into tomorrow. HLCS, I think we're going to have a very nice day on that one tomorrow. ICGN, another one that we actually had in the chat room today. APPY, very nice setup on this one. A break of 60 cents really could light this one up for a move back to the 50-day moving average. So stocks are finally starting to respond, especially the small cap stocks, and that should continue in the near term. That's it. I will see you guys in the chat room tomorrow. Good night.